Hello everyone, I welcome you all for this wonderful session on overview of artificial intelligence. Uh, this is Dr. MJ Prince, who have experience in petroleum industry for almost a decade. So I have been handling number of complex datas. Uh, I have experience in international platforms. So uh, today we have been transforming into artificial intelligence. So it is a very important topic to be understood. Why? Because tomorrow's world will be different. It cannot be what we have predicted right now. Tomorrow could be something. It's absolutely it is going to change. So and we are a part of it, so we are supposed to know what exactly artificial intelligence is going to offer us, and moreover we are going to see how we have to transform ourselves in such a way that we can able to face the challenges that it creates in future. So when it comes to petroleum engineering, yes, petroleum engineering is a diversified field where geologists will work, geophysicists will work, explorationists, chemical engineers, and petroleum engineers, like number of people who are working in this industry. They need integration. They need to predict. It's a big industry. Huge involvement is there when it comes to finance. When you have to start drilling, you are supposed to invest a lot of amount. So we need a lot of predictions. Up to now, we have gone through number of prediction analysis that we have made some predictions, and sometimes it is successful, sometimes it have been failed. So we are learning through it, like every failure is a learning step for making ourselves to go towards a successful outcome. So in that way a human starts to learn, but when it comes to when you want to compare yourself with a machine, so in place of human, if a machine learns the way how human learns, then if it is converted into a software, like if you have you know a platform is there where a machine is being learned with its set of techniques that we have encrypted to it, then that will also give suggestions the way how humans are giving it. So this is how AI works. So actually artificially we are creating some kind of space where a machine started to learn as human, and it will start to give suggestions based on like a human, like how a human gives the suggestion, the way the machine also will give you that kind of suggestion. So you are reducing the efforts of human, and we are trying to replace his intelligence with a machine, so that machine will start working on it. Is it possible? Yes, it is possible. And second thing is, we are going to give advanced areas, like it is not that a human can learn everything. So but when it comes to machine, how much knowledge that we could able to import it, it will start to accept it. So based on that, it will start working on the models, complexities, heterogeneities, like whatever challenges that we generally face in industry, that will be taken over by a machine, and it will start working on it to uh, show show the outcomes. So what are the applications of artificial intelligence? So you can see over here there are two things. One is healthcare and finance, which are the most important areas in today's any industry. Like finance is there in all the industries. Healthcare is, without healthcare I don't think human exists. So healthcare industry is also very important. So when it comes to artificial intelligence, we have lack of healthcare professionals. So where we can able to face number of challenges that today human are facing. So this is an important area that we need to consider, and we are supposed to, you know, we require a lot of manpower for it. We have to work on it. The complexities are there. There are number of variance data is there. Multivariant analysis is there. So we have a limit. So we can able to do the job with the limitation that we have. But when it comes to a machine, it is not the case. So you start importing the data to it, so it will start working on it. Could be deep, huge, large data. Whatever you give it, it will start working on it. and it will provide you the best outcome. So in that way, we can take help from AI to solve the complex issues. And ultimately, the decision maker is human only. So based on whatever insights that were provided by a machine, that could be really helpful for a healthcare professional to take very good decision in such a way that uh, you know uh, the diagnose as well as the treatments will be more effective. When it comes to finance prediction models are very important. We need to estimate the costs like operating production cost, at the same time IRR, internal rate of return, and there are a number of important parameters that has to be estimated for each and every industry. So in that way, finance is one of the most important area. Without budgeting or without expecting profit, no one will start a project. So business runs through finance. Each and every aspect of finance is very important. It has to be budgeted, and moreover, this is something generally humans have capacity to analyze the kind of profit that you may able to expect in future before starting any project. But when it comes to AI, it will provide you very good insights in such a way that what are the complications that we may face while progressing into the projects, what can we do so that we can increase the level of project. So of course human is also doing that, but the thing is, right, considering number of, you might need different experts, like in one area, like imagine a HR expert will be there, finance expert will be there, or production expert will be there, maintenance expert. So all together they have to work, and you have to club the data, and finally you have to come for an outcome. But when it comes to AI, the job will be done by one machine itself. There is no need to, you know, gather this many people to start working on one particular area to get all these things done. This is about finance, which is the most important area for any industry that has to be understood. And AI will be helping like all the accountants to gather good information and provide prediction models to move forward. When it comes to transportation, like you get whatever transportation vehicles that we are going to see today, that may change tomorrow. So why? Because machines are being trained. It is not that human have to control the transported vehicles. Of course, accidents are happening everywhere. Whether we can guarantee if AI included vehicles will not get accidents, as per the hypothesis, yes, we can reduce the accidents, but only the thing, once it happens, we have to witness it. So, but whatever the vision that is getting towards all the tycoons currently, they are thinking about is to transform all the vehicles, everything into or given to AI, so that AI will take control over it to start working on that. So this is one of the transformation that we are going to we are going to witness very soon, that the drivers will be replaced by AI, and all the vehicles will start to work on AI. So we have a limit of speed when it comes to human driver, but when it comes to AI, we can able to increase that, and efficiency of reducing, impact frictions, that will also get reduced. Everything will be analyzed by artificial intelligence, and moreover, this might require a lot of time. Why? Because you need to input each and every parameter to avoid uh, consequences. For that, it may take a lot of time. So that is also important. Um, when it comes to entertainment, we already witnessed a few journalists which have been already replaced by AI. So we're going to see there are a number of uh, uh, things that may change tomorrow. Uh, there might not be a person literally, if he might not be there, but he will start acting. Whatever you see is not real. Whatever you're going to witness today, tomorrow it is going to be virtual. Like, there won't be any requirement of actors. In place of them, you can give a photograph or image in three-dimensional way and ask AI to perform a task, that if he has to walk means he will be walking even if the person is not there, but it will show that the person has been walking in three-dimensional view. So all these things also can be witnessed by AI. So when it comes to personal recommendations, of course, everyone has their own personal choices. So when it comes to YouTube videos or any kind of things, AI was imparted already. Right now, you might be witnessing that your recommended videos will be different for other person's recommended videos. So the difference can be easily seen. Um, this is how AI works. Like whatever it is required for you, that alone it will be provided to you. So that is one thing. Second thing is content creation. Of course, this is a tedious task that today's generation people are working on it, who require a lot of knowledge, creativity. So you ask AI to provide a good content based on the mood. It will start to work on that and it will provide you in seconds. This is how AI works. So that is the reason, it is going to become more easier uh, in future. And virtual artists, as we assistants, as we already witnessed that journalists have been, you know, uh, they have been replaced by AI, and it has been worked out, and very less, and no one can notice whether they are real or not. So in that way, they have worked out. So these kind of transformations that we may witness in very near future. So what is AI? AI is a field of computer science that focuses on development of intelligent machines capable of performing tasks that typically require human intelligence. It encompasses various subfields such as machine learning, natural language processing, and computer vision. So here three things they have mentioned: machine learning, natural language processing, and computer vision. So we already talked what is AI. So these are the tools that we are going to see inside AI. One is machine learning. So huge and large and complex data that can be imported in machine learning. So machine learning works on algorithm. So based on algorithm, it is going to provide you a prediction. So there is supervised learning, unsupervised learning. Supervised learning is something that you know the kind of outcome what you are expecting. So uh, if that is the case, so it is going to give you that outcome which was expected, but we don't know exactly what is it. But you know the kind of range of it. But when it comes to unsupervised learning, you don't know the outcome, you don't know what will be the result. Only thing is, some possibility might happen by understanding the data, by identifying patterns. So these kind of recognitions like pattern recognition, cluster analysis. So this comes under unsupervised learning, where you are going to get some random data and we are going to find some relations between these points, one among others. So this is how we are going to integrate the data to get the outcomes. That is about unsupervised learning. When it comes to natural language processing, so like how you are talking to other human, the way you are going to talk to a machine. So when you talk to a machine, the way how you are talking with other human, it will start responding to you like a human. Artificial intelligence is a transformation of human intelligence to a machine, but it is going to give you the outcomes based on the input that you have given through NLP, that is natural language processing. It will work on that, it will start giving you the result based on that. It is not that human can only give, but even AI who works like human also can able to give. If that is the case, we can reduce the efforts of human. In the same way, we can think in another way that yes, the jobs can be replaced where the human intervention was taken by AI. If that is the case, you have to witness number of jobs that will be replaced by AI, and of course, and the requirement will be like it is not the way how AI, whatever AI works, then we are supposed to not go in that direction. Rather, we have to change how to make AI to work. That could be the pathway towards getting an employment where the AI is taking control of the globe. And when it comes to computer vision, so we all have limitations when you start working on, imagine, complex photographs or complex, like imagine when you are seeing from top side, if you start taking a high profile picture for geological uh, land surfaces and all that, but the recognition of us, it depends on a lot of expertise. Like you need to be a geologist to understand whether the water formation is there, or you need to know the latitude, longitude, and all these things. You need to have some idea. But when AI was integrated, if you take a photograph and it will start working like a geologist, and it will give you the patterns where exactly top elevated areas and lower elevated areas, water formations, and all these kind of things, it can easily detect, and it will start giving you the insights. There is no need for a geologist over there, rather it will give you the insights. But how a geologist will make use of AI is like when there is complexity, he can able to understand predictions, decision making, what could happen further. So it and all can be done by geologists. Rather, he can reduce his efforts by recognizing that patterns. Rather, he can go for predictions. History of AI. So AI has a long and rich history that dates back to ancient times. The concept of creating machines that can think and act like humans has been a topic of interest for philosophers and scientists for centuries. However, it wasn't until the 20th century that the AI began to take shape as a field of study and research. So in 20th century, AI have been, you know, started coming into picture, and mostly the decade of 1950, 1960 is the birth of, considered as the birth of AI. So the birth of AI as a field of study can be traced back to the Dartmouth Conference of 1956, where a group of researchers gathered to discuss the potential of creating machines that can think and learn like humans. It is too early to think about that at that age. Probably the acceptance rate could be little lesser. So this could be the reason why it was not flourished. This marked the beginning of AI research and development, and the field quickly gained momentum in the following years. 1970s and 80s, the AI winter, that is what we say. Despite the earlier successes of AI research, the field experienced a setback in 1970s and 80s, known as the AI winter. Funding of AI research was cut and progress slowed down significantly. However, this period also saw the development of expert systems, which were able to solve complex problems by using a set of rules and heuristics. So, heuristics is something that we are going to see frequently when we start working on algorithms. It is a kind of weightage value that will be given to a particular parameter or node, something like that. So, of course, so when you start working on algorithms, which has to be given more prior, that has to be input. As human used to do that, but when you start working on computer or calculators, we don't generally give priorities. Rather, we go with values. Like every value will be estimated, and altogether it will be uh, summed up to get the outcome. But when it comes to AI, it will provide you the kind, it will work on the priorities. So weightage, what thing has to be given more weight rather than the others. So based on that, the outcome will be decided. So there is setback in this decade since it is too early to start at the time where even advanced computers were also not into general public. So in that way, today what we are seeing, of course, today there is a lot of requirement of AI, but at that time maybe um, where human used to follow, all the works used to be followed by pen and paper or something. So AI importance could not be that much at that time. But once the computer science started to flourish, and the requirements of AI started to be understood, and it was given more significant. 1990s present to present, the AI renaissance. The 1990s saw the rise of machine learning and neural networks, which allowed machines to learn and improve their performance over time. This led to significant advancements in the natural language processing, speech recognition, and computer vision. In recent years, AI has made headlines with breakthroughs in areas such as self-driving cars, robotics, and gameplay. However, the field of AI also faces challenges related to ethics, bias, and the impact of jobs and society. As we have discussed earlier, so one of the most important concern is job, and it is not just about job, it is the transformation that we are going to be more worried about. Like yes, it will help a lot of things that what we are seeing today that can be transformed, but how without like how to transform as a human to make use of AI, that becomes more prayer. Still the education system, the transformation, how what is that you're witnessing today has to be completely, you know, compatibly adjusted towards your education so that you can able to start working on artificial intelligence in primary education. Then we can start working once you come to a time where you have to take over the opportunity, then you can start witnessing that you can be able to perform with AI. So currently AI is like this transformation has to be clearly uh, understand, it has to be understandable, and at the same time it has to be integrated with the education system so that the coming generation could be able to face the kind of challenges where they can integrate AI to do that. The future of AI is both exciting and uncertain. As the field continues to evolve, we can expect to see more applications of AI in areas such as healthcare, finance, and education. However, there are also concerns about the potential misuse of AI and need for regulations and ethical guidelines. It is important for researchers, policymakers, and the public to work together to ensure that AI is developed and used in a responsible and beneficial way. So the kind of AIs that we have right now is reactive machines. These are the simplest type of artificial intelligence systems that do not have memory and cannot use past experience to inform future decisions. So they can only react to current situations based on predefined rules and can be found in systems like IBM Deep Blue, which defeated world chess champion Gary Kasparov in 1997. So there are different types of AI machines already. They started to function. So one is reactive machines. So it may not use the past experience, but it will start working on the current situation and it will give you the outcomes. Limited memory. So these systems can use past experience to inform future decisions. They are used in self-driving cars to recognize objects in their environment and make decisions based on that information. So earlier computers function is different when it comes to compared to AI. Why? Because computers will not take experience of past. Whatever data you give, like reactive machines is like that only. So it is not going to use its old information. It is going to do the task to be the best. It will try to give you the best by taking the task. So that is about reactive machines. When it comes to limited memory, so this task will be repeated several times and it will be taking the best time which have been repeated, and that will be given more prior. So this is actually where AI comes into pictures. Like repeated tasks will be done, and out of that it will take the positive task and it will provide some kind of weightage to that positive, and it will ignore certain tasks which were repeated, which doesn't have positive outcomes. So theory of mind, this type of AI is able to understand the emotions, beliefs, and intentions of others. It is still in the early stages of development and it's being researched for its potential use in the fields of psychology and social work. So theory of mind is one thing which is very important today. A lot of psychological impacts that have been generated that can be, understood by these machines. Self-aware. So this is something that everyone has a concern to. This is the most advanced type of AI that is currently being researched. It is capable of understanding its own existence and emotions and can make decisions based on the understanding. This type of AI is still largely theoretical and has not been yet developed, and it should not get developed. Why? Because when it starts thinking that human is threat to the machine. Why? Because we are the creators, so we always have a right to destroy it. So in that way, if it thinks, then definitely it may have uh, adverse effect on the humans. Why? Because this is not a good sign for its existence. That is how it thinks, and it will start creating, you know, um, whatever traits, whatever kind of, uh, whatever the experiences that it might have witnessed, whatever it starts thinking about itself, that will create, negative consequence towards human. So that could not be a good sign. That will never be a good sign. So it should not get developed. So if it develops, then it will be a threat to human existence. Application of AI, it is there in manufacturing, customer service, and healthcare that we already discussed, and ethics. So there are number of bias and discrimination. One of the biggest ethical concerns with AI is the potential and bias and discrimination. This can occur when the algorithm used to create AI systems are based on biased data, and when the AI itself is designed to discriminate against certain group of people. So it all depends on the kind of algorithm that it generates. Why? Because this is the one which will make AI to perform a task. So if it was created with the bias data or something, then it can easily uh, give you a wrong information that may lead to wrong concept, not wrong. Whatever information you are getting it, that could not be a right information. So based on it, the decision could be wrong. Privacy and surveillance. Another ethical concern with AI is the potential for invasion of privacy and increased surveillance. As AI systems become more advanced, they may be able to collect and analyze vast amounts of personal data, raising questions about who has access to this information and how it is being used. Autonomous weapons. So the development of autonomous weapons is another area of concern when it comes to AI ethics. These weapons could potentially make decisions without human intervention, raising questions about accountability and the potential for unintended consequences. Future of AI, absolutely it is great, and definitely the transformation what we are witnessing right now, we will be witnessing very soon. So industries will be transformed to AI as well as the machines, whatever machinery that we are using today will be transformed, and vehicles will be transformed, and the workforce who are working for that machinery works, they also supposed to have knowledge on AI, or else it could be something where it will be a great concern. So when it comes to usage of AI, it always has to be kept in mind. It has to be used in a proper way. Definitely, as I said, self-aware AI, if it is being developed, then there could be a chance that it will start working for itself rather for human. That will be a threat. And not only that, it is important to consider the ethical implications of its use. This includes issues such as bias and algorithm privacy concern and potential of AI to be used in malicious purposes. So AI is a powerful tool that can be misused uh, by, you have to avoid that kind of misuse. So it can be easily misinterpreted, misused. So whatever data that you give, based on that it will work on it. But if you give wrong data for a wrong purpose, then the consequence could be adverse. So when it comes to petroleum industry, artificial intelligence is revolutionizing the platform petroleum industry by improving efficiency, reducing costs, and enhancing safety. AI is being used across the entire value chain from exploration to production to refining. With AI, companies can analyze large amounts of data in real time, identify patterns, and make to predictions that led to better decision making. So, in all sectors like exploration, drilling, and production, we are going to utilize AI. So today, manual operations are been happening. So where number of accidents have happened, so misconception about the readings and all that, that can be avoided when we integrate with AI. So AI will take over all the kind of misleadings so that it can increase the profit and reduce the human intervention. So safety is another important issue that can be easily, you know, uh, uh, in, that can be easily used in such a way that you can avoid hazardous consequences that have been faced earlier in the industry. So up to that is for today.